Hello and hello everyone, my name is Lucy and welcome to Books and Brushes. So I'm doing the revamped bookshelf tour. It has been a literal year since I did the last one. I hope you enjoyed my 1 year on BookTube anniversary, not a newbie video. So a whole year on BookTube is also a whole year with updating my shelf with books. And if you've watched my channel at all, there have been some hauls, so you expect this shelf to be nice and stuffed to the brim, and it is. I've gotten to that point where I don't think I can shove any more books in this bookshelf. I'm gonna need a new set of shelves at some point. I've gotten as imaginative as I can with the stacking, and there's no room left in there. So as usual, being my organised and extremely petty obsessive self, here are the books I have. Here is the exact number of the books I have on my shelf and on my Kindle. On my shelf I have this many numbers. Yes, beautiful. I don't know what it is yet, I haven't counted. There it is. And on my Kindle, there it is. This is my Kindle. Yes, good number? I hope so. Together our total number of books that I own right now be this. So I'm assuming it's large. Larger than before anyway. Right, no more joking around. Serious bookshelf tour time. So if you saw last year's, you'll know it is the same shelf. So I have 6 shelves and it's pretty much ordered in the same way, like genre wise, except had a major reshuffle. So let's get started. So last time it was contemporary up here, but that is definitely moved, and we're starting with sci-fi. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, The Force Awakens by Alan Dean Foster, Last Jedi by Jason Fry. Damn, those are a snug fit. So next we have the Mary Lou stack, as I'm now calling it. So we'll start at the top. So we have Legend, Prodigy and Champion, all by Marie Lu. Also still have the ugly cover, but as you saw, I got a way better version. The Young Elites, The Rose Society and The Midnight Star by Marie Lu. God, I hope that's in the right order. I always forget these ones. Dismantling my shelves for you. Batman by Marie Lu, a signed copy. And Warcross by Marie Lu. Moving on to Lauren Oliver, so we have Replica by Lauren Oliver, Delirium, Pandemonium and Requiem by Lauren Oliver. They still don't stand, if you saw the last one. Matched by Ali Condi, Flawed by Celia Alhern, Vox by Christina Dolce. So we have the Shatter Me series, we have Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me and Restore Me, all by Tahara Murphy. Outside by Sarah Ann Jukes, Quiet at the End of the World by Lauren James, Skinjacker trilogy, which includes Everlost, Everwild and Everfound, all by Neil Shusterman. And that was my first shelf, so we're moving on to the next one. As you can see, it goes from like a sci-fi, kind of a bit dystopian. So on this shelf we start with, we have Ink, Spark and Scar, all by Alice Broadway. The Survival Game by Nikki Singer. The Darkest Minds and Never Fade and In the Afterlight, all by Alexandra Bracken. And Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, a signed copy. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. Scythe and Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. Ah! I still haven't read these. Ugh. And Dry by Neil Shusterman and Jared Shusterman. Zero Repeat Forever by G.S. Pendergast. This Mortal Coil and This Cruel Design by Emily Savada. The Hunger Games, Catching Fire and Mockingjay, all written by Suzanne Collins. Did you guys hear she might be writing a new book for the series? We'll talk about that another day. The Testing by, and bear with me for this one, Joelle Charbonnet. By Joelle. Uglies and Pretties by Scott Westerfeld. Gone and Hunger by Michael Grant. The Bells and the Everlasting Rose by Donielle Clayton. So that's that shelf. As you can see, it's more of a pretty purely dystopian sci-fi-ish shelf. Moving on to the next shelf. Still these 2 random copies of the Mortal Instruments City of Bones and City of Ashes. Probably get rid of them soon. Frostblood by Ellie Blake. Snow Like Ashes, Ice Like Fire and Frost Like Night by Sarah Raj. We have The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves, Blue Lily Lily Blue and The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. All the Crooked Saints, also by Maggie Stiefvater. The Last Namsura by Christine by Kristen Cicerelli. Yep, I'm gonna go with that. Children of Blood and Bone by Tony Adeyemi. Shadow of the Fox and Soul of the Sword by Julie Kagawa. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising, all by Leigh Bardugo. Still in the Grishaverse, we have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And lastly, Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo. The Scorpion Rules by Erin Bow. Mortal Engines by Philip Reeve. Mortal Engines by Philip Reeve. Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody. And last on the shelf, Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Now it doesn't look like these have much of an order, but they do to me. So here is like my cold fantasies set in a cold land. And then we've got like more magical people. Oh, we've got now different countries. Oh, look at that, different mythologies. Oh, and then we're going through different to Japan. And then we've got like more legends, like water. We've got a water story in here. We got more fantasies here, which is all Leigh Bardugo. At the end, we've got like a moving city, a moving carnival, a carnival. So it kind of flows in my brain. It's not like an order that anyone else could do, but you know, it works for me. So on to our next shelf. So hidden right in the back, like behind all these books, literally, I've crammed them in. This is the Chronicles of Narnia. So you have The Magician's Nephew, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, The Horse and His Boy, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, and The Last Battle. I'm kind of using it to prop up the Harrys. On the far left, in that gap, we will have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Hollow City, and Library of Souls, all by Ransom Riggs. Next to that is Map of Days by Ransom Riggs, and The Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs. So next to all the peculiars, we would have Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow, and Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow, both by Jessica Townsend. City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. Bridge to Terabithia by Catherine Patterson. So my Harry Potter collection hasn't really changed much. We have Harry Potter Page to Screen and Movie Magic, both about the movie's conception. We have the original cover of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Also here on my shelf I have these lovely little collectibles. I have a lovely collector's set of all the Horcruxes. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and if it wasn't clear, all of that is by J.K. Rowling. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian, Magnus Chase and the Hammer of Thor, and Magnus Chase and the Sword of Summer. All the Percys and Magnuses are by Rick Riordan. And that is our middle grade and magic shelf. Then we move on a bit to the middle grade and fantasy series here, and from then on it's contemporaries, moving into thrillers and adult books. Murder mysteries. We have The Northern Lights, The Amber Spyglass, and The Subtle Knife, all by Philip Pullman, as part of the Golden Compass series. If you saw my last bookshelf tour, you'll know that this one went missing, but I found it. Alright, contemporary time. All this should pretty much be new to you guys. The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. Yeah, I really need to get Gucarella first. Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. Starfish by Akimi Dawn Bowman. Forget Me Not by Ellie Terry. 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott, Mickey Dauntry and Tobias Iconis? Damn it. By these people. Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. Out of the Blue by Sophie Cameron. Meat Market by Juno Dawson. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahara Murphy. Girl in the Window by Penny Jolson. Unrest by M. Harrison. The Sacrifice Box by Martin Stewart. Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessel. The Burning by Laura Bates. Heartstream by Tom Pollock. One of Us is Lying and Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. This Lie Will Kill You by Chelsea Pitcher. After Anna by Alex Lake. You by Caroline Kepnes. Eyes by Joseph Glass. Hearts of Stone by Simon Scarrow. The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. The Running Man by Stephen King, writing as Richard Bachman. And an Amsterdam travel book because I went there and there was nowhere else to put it. So yeah, again, going in my kind of bizarre order that flows. We've got things that centre around fandoms, then these two centre around art, we've got more, we've got kind of mental health diseases moving on, so we got disease in this one and in this one. Out of the Blue and Meat Market are very kind of beauty central. Then we're moving on to our more like real life horrifying, so The Hate You Give and Very Large Expanse of Sea. Then we got ghosts and stuff, and it's getting more thriller, adult. It makes sense to me. Next we're moving down to the bottom shelf, which is like adult, historical fiction, non-fiction, starting with The World's Strongest Librarian by Josh Hannigan. Again, that one I really want to be with Forget Me Not, but what can you do? It's too tall. Roots by Alex Haley. Okay, so Fangirl's sitting down here and I'm now having the realisation why it's not on this shelf. Why? I can't have that, I must fix this. Okay, so I moved Fangirl to be between the fandomy books, because obviously. And then I moved Hearts of Stone, which was up here, to replace Fangirl. Sorry about that short intermission, but I couldn't handle that. The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wein. Rose Under Fire by Elizabeth Wein. Orphan Monster Spy by Matt Killeen. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. Watership Down by Richard Adams. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Yeah, I know. So we have 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker and 50 Shades Freed by E.L. James. So now we have this stack, which is autobiographies and the like, so let's go through. So on the very top we have Strong Woman by Karen Brady. I mean, she's always up top. Tickling the English by Dara O'Brien. Michael McIntyre's Life and Laughing. An extremely worn copy of Lee Evans' The Life of Lee. Miranda Hart's Peggy and Me, the hardback. Miranda Hart, Peggy and Me, the paperback. The Girl with the Lost Smile by, you guessed it, Miranda Hart. Is It Just Me by Miranda Hart. And The Best of Miranda. So apart from Karen Brady, it kind of goes through the comedians all the way to the big chunk of Miranda. And a couple of random non-fiction books, as you might have seen in my last bookshelf tour. That is Blackadder, The Whole Damn Dynasty, and Do Ants Have Arseholes? 101 Other Bloody Ridiculous Questions. And I forgot because I'm reading it currently, and that is The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg. So we got first shelf, second shelf, third shelf, fourth shelf, fifth shelf, and sixth shelf. I hope you enjoyed a top to bottom tour of my bookshelves. As you can see, I wasn't lying about them being crammed full. I literally can't fit The Kingdom on it right now. What am I gonna do? And that was my bookshelf. I hope you love it as much as I do. Yes, I've really grown out in some of the areas I didn't have before, which is really nice. As you can see, it's very full. I'm gonna need a new one. Hope you enjoyed looking at my wonderful shelves, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!